So I was looking through one of my old Dropbox accounts that I hadn't looked at in years, and I saw a few pictures and I realized something. I am the king of before pictures. And I got a bunch of before pictures and I don't have the after pictures. What's going on? But check this out. After decades of trying, I think I've cracked the code. I'm ready to put this to the test, and I'm doing that right now. I am challenging myself to lose 25 pounds in 30 days. Yeah, that's a big challenge right there. Hey, this is Brian, AKA Uncle B, and for the last 23 years, I've been the men's performance coach with GoodWood, formerly known as African Fly. And as a coach, of course, you have to deal with guys who have weight issues like I do. And so today, specifically, what I'm going to talk about is why I'm doing it and the mind shift that I have to make. And hopefully this will help you out too. I'm gonna hit you with a couple of weight loss philosophies, and I'm just gonna tell you just how it's going with me. And if you stick around to the end, I got a bonus for you that's gonna help you out if you wanna tag along on this journey and just help yourself. Hey, I do have to give a quick shout out to a couple of fellas. One goes by the name of Spread the Love, who says, I come back here just for the educational purposes, man. And hey, I can see you lost weight. Appreciate that, my brother. Hey, I appreciate you for noticing. And my man Frederick Slaughter, he just asked, all the stuff you're doing that you talk about, do you actually do it? Well, yeah, I do, and sort of don't, but I'm gonna get to that. But the question, of course, is, does it really work? And the answer is yes, of course it works. And if you want to get all of these updates, of course, you have to make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, that notification bell, so we get some more of this information to you. And of course, as always, I'm going to break this down till it cannot be broken anymore. So let's talk about the why I'm doing this, because everybody from Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher, to Tony Robbins talks about you need to know your why. So Uncle B, what is your why? Why do you want to lose so much weight so rapidly? Well, fellas, this time it's personal, well, more familial, because I'm at that stage of life where people around me, you know, brothers, cousins, everybody's just hitting that age where it's like, well, serious illnesses and things, surgeries, stuff is coming up. And it's like, hey, I want to be an inspiration to them so they don't have to go through that. And on the personal side, 50% of men over 50 have erection issues. And I'm over 50. I don't want to be in that 50% with erection issues. And it gets worse. We'll talk about that in a second. And of course, weight loss becomes more problematic with age. And also the illnesses and everything that comes along with that gets more problematic, takes longer to recover from. I'm trying to avoid all of that. And of course, I want to be a 10 out of 10 on the men's performance scale. I mean, literally, I came up with the scale. I mean, it's a scale from 1 to 10, where 10 means everything works. 1 means you need to go to the hospital. 5 to 7 means that you're just about the average guy. But, you know, I've been sitting at 8 or 9, and the only way to get to a 10, where everything works, you're like a young college athlete level. Well, yeah, I can't have all this weight. You can't be over 25% body fat and be a 10. It just doesn't work like that. Besides, I haven't been a 10 since my 20s. I want to get back to that and all the that comes along with it. And of course, a huge why are you guys. Everybody out there who's, you know, been bigging me up in terms of my weight loss journey. You've seen the difference that's gone through with what I'm doing. And I get inspired by all the stories you leave down in the comment section. If you got one, go ahead and leave it down there. It helps me out. And of course, it will make me a more effective coach, you know, just having gone through that experience and being able to guide you through all the way to the end, to that 10 level. Now let's get into this, because a lot of people are sitting there saying, hey, you're losing so much weight so quickly. Is this a good thing? Is it safe? Well, obviously losing 25 pounds in a short period of time is drastic. And people say it isn't good for you, which is true if you do it the wrong way. And of course, I'm going to talk about the right way in a second. Now, just a little quick history. I've gotten all the way up to 285 pounds and I've been pre-diabetic. If you see my first YouTube video, I was 275 pounds. When I started this challenge, I was 235 pounds, and I'm trying to get rid of all of that. My senior year of high school, I was even 245 pounds, but when I went to Howard University, the real HU, I went down to 185. So I experienced the difference between being big and being small. Being smaller was a lot more helpful, especially with the ladies. Of course, back then I had the benefit of my testosterone going up, not going down. So all the things I talk about in all these videos, I have done in terms of reducing the meat, doing high intensity interval training, getting to sleep, the different technologies that I use in terms of everything from the watches down to my mattress, everything. But, I just didn't line it all up at the same time. I'm going to do that this time because that's the mind shift part. And that was the biggest mistake. And that's what got me stuck. I dropped all this weight and I got stuck because I became more focused on the business than I was on my health. A lot of guys make that mistake because you need the money to stay healthy in some ways. Yeah. But here's the trick. When you are healthier, then you get more work done. You think clearer. Things become easier. One of the other mind shifts I had to make was thinking that, I have all the time in the world to, I'm going to get around to it. I'm going to be focused one day. I'm going to do it tomorrow. You're getting older, you're running out of time. You need to get to it. Because like I said, 50% of men over 50 have erection issues, but it does get worse because 60% of men over 60 and 70% of men over 70 have these issues. It just gets worse with age. Now, typically when people say it's not good for you to drop a lot of weight really quickly, it's because most people do it in just two areas, which is they exercise a lot and they cut down their eating, and that's it. If your sleep is bad, if you're eating whenever, and you're just stressed out, you're going to run into a bunch of other issues. Now, me personally, I have 60 pounds of excess body fat. So I'm not going to starve. I'm not going to be falling out. I'm not going to get lightheaded anytime soon. The fat is here for literally that purpose, to not be here. I have too much. And the other reason why people often have problems is because they start cold. They're just going to go from I'm eating crap to the next day I'm going to eat nothing at all. I'm going to exercise all the time. I'm just going to do that. And of course, it doesn't work from a mental standpoint, and your body is just like, hey, this is just too much too fast. It's going to have a bad reaction. That's what people are worried about. And I know from experience because I have all the before pictures and not the after pictures. I mean, I've done P90X, I've done Insanity, I've done kickboxing, I've done all of those things. I actually worked out 8 days in a row and gained weight. I mean, this is not, there's some issues. There's ways you have to work this. So let's talk about a couple of ways to change your mindset. The first thing to understand exactly where you are at. So you can go in the description below. We're going to have a link to the sexual performance quiz. It's a quiz that's going to help you figure out exactly where you are, because you need to know where you are starting in order to get to the finish line and the things you need to do in between. Of course, visualization, meditation, all those different things actually work. I have visualized seeing my weight, my ideal weight on the scale, me walking up to the scale, getting on the scale, seeing that ideal weight, and me just celebrating. I visualize all of that. It makes a difference. And of course, the biggest thing you have to focus in on throughout this entire thing is your sleep. You need to lock down your sleep, because all the activities you're doing don't count if you lose it all because you have bad sleep patterns. So far, what have I done? I've already started this journey and I've lost a good 13 pounds. Hey, some of this stuff works. Obviously, a bunch of that was water weight up front, but I'm drinking a lot of water so I can deal with that. I am using ESEIS 25, the whole program that I set up just so that, I have a pattern. I know exactly what I need to do. Basically, I set up goals every day, in the setup of like knowing what your goals are and trying to set yourself up so you can hit your goals is important, as well as tracking exactly what you did so you can figure out like, oh, this worked, this didn't work, and you can make adjustments along the way. Without the tracking, you have problems. The biggest change for me is really just understanding how much water I'm consuming. I think this is the big key. I think the main reason why I was never really getting on a roll in terms of losing weight is because I was not drinking enough water. Been chronically dehydrated for years, didn't even know it. I have a video that talks about that too. But now I'm drinking close to 2.5 gallons of water a day. I know that sounds like a lot, but I'm not even sure if that's enough. I may need to be drinking more. I will actually go more in depth on that in the next video, and it's really important that you understand that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get to know more information. Yeah, hit it now. And one of the things that's cool about this is that I'm actually writing down my results, and it just gets exciting to see like, oh wow, this actually did work. It actually makes you want to keep going forward. So, my guys who stuck around to the end, let me go ahead and talk about that bonus, which is you're going to get access to ESEIS 25. It is a program, 7 videos that I basically took everything that I've talked about for the past 3 years on YouTube, condensed it all the way down so that you can just sit there, take an afternoon and figure out exactly what you need to do. Get all the information at once. So for a limited time, we do have ESEIS 25 for free. All you need to do is just subscribe to GoodWood. So GoodWood, the all natural liquid aphrodisiac, helps your sexual performance, is a supplement. Mind you, supplement. It's supposed to supplement the other things you do. ESEIS 25 tells you the other things that you need to do. So if you're having erection issues, weight loss issues, just health issues, period, the supplement will help you, and the supplemental ESEIS 25 is going to help you get better faster. I've spent 23 years researching and understanding all this stuff with GoodWood and put it all into ESEIS 25 just for it to work for you. You don't have to do like I did. Do all the experimentation and stuff. I already got it for you. And like I said, this is not just for weight loss. This is for getting to your erections on demand, being able to just be healthier all around. So what you can do right now, just go ahead and click in the link below so you can go ahead and subscribe. And it's going to help you in terms of, it's actually cheaper than the normal price of GoodWood. So you're getting the subscription and you're getting the ESEIS 25. So fellas, you don't have to keep guessing about what you're supposed to do. We already got it already down pat. So you will know the exact things you need to do to get your game up and go hard. Peace out.